Hey guys, what is up? TheNeoCubest here. Today I am going to survive 50 days in Minecraft, but in a modded version that focuses on exploration and adventure, with over 400 new biomes, 4 new dimensions, and too many new weapons, monsters, and dungeons to count. This is going to be amazing. My goals are to visit every new dimension, visit as many biomes as I can, raid as many dungeons as possible, kill at least one dragon, and to finish it all off, kill the Ender Dragon. This is going to be the most action-packed 50 days you've ever seen. Let's do this. Before we begin, I want to credit LukeTheNotable for the idea, and I want to let you guys know that if you want to see more content from me, please do subscribe and leave a like, as this took me over 60 hours to create. Enjoy the video. Well guys, looks like we spawned in a desert, and you know what? That's not a bad thing. Oh god, what is this? A death worm? Okay, we're getting out of here right now. Oh man. All right, so we actually pick our class, which is pretty cool. We get to choose what we want to be. I want to be a warrior, which means we get some... Oh, man. Not again. All right, we really got to get out of this desert. Got to gain our bearings here, and let's just, I don't know, chop a tree. I mean, it's day one, right? What else are you going to do? Chopping trees is probably going to be your best move here. So there's quests in here as well. Looks like we can select anything we want. I just got a warrior chest as a reward for spawning in. Look at that. Nice starter gear. Got a good sword, decent armor, got some food, a shield. We also spawned with this dog token, which means we have our very own dog. So this dog is linked to us forever, and we can train him and do whatever. But yeah, let's get some wood. Make a little crafting table. There we go. Some wooden tools just to start us off. And then immediately, we got to get some stone. But first, let's explore. Found a nice little ravine here, grass in the bottom. You know, not a big deal, guys. You know, we're on day one, so we don't want to get too ambitious. Ooh, what's this? Nice little abandoned farm shack, it looks like. Decent. You know what? Decent. It's kind of dilapidated, though. It's got a saddle, so you know what? Not a bad find. So we crafted a crafting table. We got some coins, which we can spend in the in-game shop. So you can see in here I bought a little slug just to place on the ground, but we can buy epic mega loot crates if we wanted to. Endless numbers of swords. But yeah, this little moonworm is what I bought, you know, just to show off that you can buy stuff. Tried to make bread here. It turns out you can't make bread the old-fashioned way. You've actually got to make it into flour and then smelt that, which I do later on. I came across these bushes. They were called cherry bombs. I didn't get the hint. I ate one, and I exploded. Luckily, it didn't, you know, hurt the dog. It didn't hurt me. It didn't hurt the ground. But it makes an explosion noise. What is exactly what I was saying when I did this. Got some stone. We really do need to get some stone tools going. And you can see that flour in my inventory, which we make into a bread. But first, we got to smoke these skewers. You know, you get some smoked beef. Smoked steak skewers. Look at that. Couple of stone tools. You guys know how it goes on day one. There's not a whole lot of action, but trust me, things are about to heat up. Let's get some wood. Here you can see me starting to smelt a little bit of bread. Pretty awesome. What's cool is when you spawn in this, you actually get a house in your inventory. It's a starting house, so you don't have to build anything. We're focusing on adventure here, not building, guys. We're going to adventure. So we're going to put down a house, you know, ranch style. We're going to go with purple windows. And boom, you got your own house. It's pretty cool. It really is. So we could just spawn in, go in here. Look at this. This is the NeoCubest house. Not yours. It's mine. And you can have yours too. Looks like the chest is stocked up pretty good here. We already have armor, except for a helmet. So we grab the helmet. Everything else, you know, stone tools. We already got all that. A little bit of coal in here. Not a big deal. A really fun thing is I go hyper speed on ladders now. So you can see going down that I go way quicker, but when I go back up, you'll really see a difference. I decided to do a little bit of mining, and it turns out whatever, you know, was in the way of the ladder, it puts in this chest, but I didn't really have much luck mining, but you can see me use the supersonic speed ladder there. And it's starting to become day 2. And I'm ready for it. We're going to start this adventure. This is day 2. I spawn in. Everything's going well. I'm looking through my skills here. That's right, there's skills. This is an RPG game now. So I want to get my crafting up. That means when you craft, you actually earn experience, which is pretty awesome. So I say bye-bye here, but it turns out I actually end up coming back until day 3, but we're not going to talk about it. You can see this giant floating island here. I also picked up some normie seeds. I have no idea what those are about, but we picked them up anyways, and you know what? Everything was okay. Everything seemed to be going pretty good. I buried them because I was, I don't know, mad that I had picked up normie seeds, I guess. I also killed this chicken because my dog was hungry. See? Burp. He just ate it right up. So I decided I really want to see what's on top of these floating islands, right? Like, I really want to explore them. Like, I'm right there with you. You guys saw them, and you're probably like, man, I wonder what's up there. So I gather a ton of wood, and I start pillaring up. And we get up to the top. Almost. Look at that. Isn't that thing just huge? But we get up to the top, and my dog appears up here, and I'm like, oh, no. This is not a good spot for you. No. No. You need to leave. Luckily, he just stays up here, though. So we're all good in that regard. This place looks pretty cool, but honestly, there's not much up here except for a bunch of oak trees and some ducks. Look at those. Pretty cool, right? Just like a chicken, but brown and green with a what's that? What the? Burps. This is a weird floating island, let me tell you. Ooh, what's this? Oh, what's in here? The burping man. Oh, what's up? Oh no, what's that? Oh no. There's a lot of mobs now, dude. Oh, no. It's not good. I don't know what I got myself into here, but it was not a good idea to hop in that cave. Thankfully, though, with the starting armor and a nice iron sword, I do okay, you know. I'm not close to death, but I flirted with it, and I really shouldn't have come in here so soon. A hardened goon. That's who's been burping. The floating island burper is no more. Pretty soon. Like, now. Cool. So yeah, there's not a ton up here. We found someone burping. Honestly, just pretty interesting. So we killed that ancient golem there, collected the coins from the reward, also picked up one of those ancient cores and the ingots. And that's the end of day 2. It took a while to get all the wood to get up here, honestly. It took quite a bit. So I decided to hop down into the water. So I'm being safe here. Don't worry, guys. I'm being very safe. So hop into the water. All is well, and I realize their dog is still up there. So I walked back to my house. You know, I said I was going to, bye-bye house, but I actually ended up staying here. And now we're on day 3. So I decided we really probably should save our dog. He's still up there. So we have to build. I had to get a bunch more wood and build all the way back up. And lucky for you guys, guess what? He's still standing here. He's like, ooh, hello, owner. So then we hop off again, and, well, the rest is history. I'm just kidding. We didn't die. And he actually spawns down here with us, which is super helpful. He can whistle, and he'll stand, but he wasn't close enough before, so I had to go all the way back up there. But luckily, we got the dog. And now we're off on our journey. Ooh, look at all these dogs. Nice. This place looks pretty cool already. We got some giant spruce trees. Something weird floating in the sky. A little bit too far away from my taste, but these cherry bombs are really tasty. Like, they honestly are. It's day 3, and I'm exploding while eating food. If that gives any idea of how the rest of this is going to go. I'm going to hop in the cave here. There's tons of new ores, some hard carbon ore. It's like an iron and coal mix. You can either craft it into coal or smelt it to get iron. So it's kind of a cool thing. Some V crystals. Pretty cool. Thaumcraft. I just like the noise, honestly. I just think it's funny. We're not going to get into Thaumcraft or anything, but the noise is nice. I smelt up some iron. I figure, we're probably going to want to get some stuff pretty soon. Try to do a few quests here. Just get a few coins. See if we can save up for a nice sword or something. I think there's a Jacko launcher. I'm not really sure what that is, but I assume it's to launch jack-o'-lanterns, which could be interesting. A ghost. A mighty ghost. Let's do it. Let's see if we can get the mighty ghost. Yeah, not too bad, right? Isn't even really trying to attack us, is it? Nah, it's dead. Nice. Took off all this leather armor. We don't need that anymore. Because you know what I made? Iron armor. It's funny because I put all this armor on, and you can see my FOV shrinks a little bit, and I realized something. Although I got all the, the quest money and everything's nice, but I realized I start to walk kind of slow with this iron armor on. Turns out you actually, ooh, look at this ice cave. Ooh, another burpee boy. But yeah, the iron armor actually makes you walk a little bit slower, so I end up taking it off, which is kind of ironic that I made it and then take it off. This place does look kind of weird, though. A nice icy little thing. A little taste of the cave update, right? I don't know if it's going to look like that, but why is this guy's weapon so large? Like, seriously, it's just giant. Gonna make an iron hammer here so we can smash people. Pretty awesome. Gonna make a little iron cutlass. What the pirates would be using, you know, because I want to become a pirate at some point. Oh my gosh. There's fire flowers on the ground in here. This is not good. Day 3 is not good. We've exploded from eating cherry bombs. We're now getting burnt by flowers on the ground. We got some fat loots. Pretty cool, right? Actually pick up little bags of loot on the ground. But basically, I spent the rest of the day just exploring more. There was a ton in this cave. Like, just too much. I take off my armor because I realize that's what's making me slow. And I'm very upset. I'm like, man, I can't believe it. Found another ancient golem. Almost died. I'm not really sure what I was doing there. Attacking it with a beef skewer or whatever that was. But that is not the move. Do not try that. If you're going to play this mod pack, don't do it. Okay? It's not like, oh my gosh. Yeah, not that way either. We're gonna run another way. We're gonna run towards a creeper or something because that seems better than the alternative. Almost. Ah, there we go. No explosion. We're doing good. It's day 4. I was underground for a long time. I did a lot of exploring. We actually found a dungeon here, which is pretty cool. And we find something that you guys got to see on the thumbnail in this chest. So let's kill everything and let's find out the loot that's in here because you're not going to want to miss this. It's some pretty amazing loot. Something that I wish I would have found on day 1, but it's day 4, so it's close enough, guys. It really is. The skeleton does not want to die. I'll also add that this hammer attacks super slow. The cutlass is really quick. It doesn't do as much damage as a sword, but it is super duper quick. So get the torches down, you know the drill. Skeleton spawns without anything, almost like a naked skeleton. It was kind of odd, I will admit. It runs up to you and hits you. But look in here, we got a builder's pickaxe with mending 3 and efficiency 5. What is mending 3? I don't know, but I think it repairs super quick. So we have a diamond pickaxe on day 4. Absolutely amazing. And then in here, engraved thunder. You're wondering, what is that? Yeah, we found a lightning stick, guys. A stick that shoots lightning. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. This is going to be awesome. I am super hyped. So, it's day 5. Finally made my way up. I started blowing up some trees because I was like, you know what? I don't like these trees. I don't like this forest. I'm feeling this evil tingle within. All this power wielded in my hand. I could defeat anyone, anything. Nothing could stop me. So yeah. I might have turned a little bit evil here for a second. I'm not really sure what was going on with me. It's just all this power got to my head. I see a nice little wizard tower and I decided, you know what? Might as well hop in here. Try to become a good person. Maybe I'll give this guy some bread. Maybe there's someone in here. I hear a little noise. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to become a good person. I'm going to say hi to him. See if everything's doing okay and okay with this guy, you know? You might be a little bit lonely up here. Ice Mage. Spellbook. Oh, man. He tried to scam me, so I ended up killing him. So maybe I'm not, totally good yet, but you know what? We're maybe still a little bit evil on day 5, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get better by day 50, right? He didn't drop much. It really wasn't worth the kill. I'm not really sure why I killed him, but spent the last little bit of day 5 here just, observing my forest fire that I've created. Trying to make a golden bag at some point. So that's something I can store a bunch of stuff in my inventory. Since I'm not focusing on building houses or anything, I'm really going to need a lot of storage. So you can see the golden bag here basically just needs a bunch of gold. And it's basically like a double chest or bigger than a double chest just in your inventory. So it's day 6 now. I spent the rest of the night in there trying to figure out what I need to craft. Decided, probably should get a little bit more food. Ended up just grabbing a couple of cows here, not a big deal. Doing a little bit more exploring. And we found a desert biome. And look at that. We got a pirate ship. We got an abandoned hut. We got a weird door. We got a lot of stuff to explore here, guys. First, let's kill this worm. Bothered us the first day we were out here. You guys remember that? Yeah. That worm is no more. So I came in this little abandoned house. There really wasn't anything in there at all. There was absolutely nothing. So I left. And I came over to this pirate ship. Saw a witch. Decided to take the witch out with my new thunder stick thingy. It worked. The witch is no more. Pretty cool, right? So there wasn't much on this ship. A little bit of iron, not a big deal. Decided to utilize the furnace at hand and smelt a little bit of my own iron. Standard default Minecraft witch hut. A little bit of exploring here. Looks like there's a pumpkin in here that you put on and then can't take off. But hey, it gives you Thorns 5 if you want to have that pumpkin on forever. I ate this candy thing, and now I have a crafting table in my inventory, so that's cool. Looks like I don't need to put crafting tables down. It's really going to help when we're adventuring, though. So now, look, we can make a chest. Or, wait, we can make a boomerang. Right? Yeah. Oh, a boomerang. Whoa. Dude. We have a boomerang now. Oh, yeah. Day 6 is heating up, guys. Oh, man. I sunk the boomerang. Now I retrieve the boomerang. I am Boomerang Man. Now I'm going to burn the ship. I didn't like this ship. I didn't like the witch hut, so I'm just going to burn it. I think that's the theme of this now. We're just pretty much going to burn anything we see. So pretty cool, right? You know, having a little lightning stick may have gotten to my head. Power's gone to your head. You guys remember, you know, in Spider-Man, you know, great power comes great responsibility. I didn't learn responsibility. I just started burning stuff, which is, I don't want to talk about it. We found a real pirate ship, unlike that other one, which was kind of lackluster. And this one was huge. And it had a ton of mobs in it, so decided to hop on board. See what the deal was in here. Some cool little barrels. Oh, some chests. What's in here? Oh, okay. Common mega loot case. Okay. Oh, iron cutlass. Nothing too good. Decent helmet. Decided to put a chest plate back on. I remember we threw away our iron armor just because it was so heavy. Made us run so slow, but found these night leggings, which look pretty cool, which is what you saw in the thumbnail. So I picked up this barrel and I kept breaking it. The chicken came out of it, which is kind of odd. This one had a bunch of stuff come out of it, so I don't really know what the point of these barrels is, but what is that? What is that? Oh, yeah. A wing charm. Basically, you can't fall to your death anymore. If you fall more than 6 blocks, you just start floating. So I decided we're going to put this on. We're going to leave this on because I have a problem with falling. But let's kill some stuff. Maybe not that way, though. There's a lot of things down there, and I did not realize it. You know what would be easier? Let's just burn it down. So you guys know the drill. Burn! Burn! That's how day 6 ends. Lots of fire. I think the mobs are dead. I think we did okay. Oh, this is a nice sunset, right? A nice ship, the smell of ship burning, the salty water of the ocean. Everything was just right. And look at that. I got a couple of gold blocks instead of... It's like an emerald block in there. You know what? Not a bad haul, honestly. For a pirate ship, they were pretty stacked. They really were. These poor guys are just dying en masse. I feel so bad. Had to take a few of them out. Looks like they ended up in my boat somehow. And you also float in water. For some reason, you don't sink anymore. So I decided to raid all this stuff, you know, break the spawners, get all the blocks of gold that I can. Because I really remember, you guys remember that bag I was talking about? Well, I didn't have enough gold to make it, but if I get all this gold, then I can make my very own bag. So I figure, you know what? We're going to make a bag. Let's do it. I make all the components, I combine them all, and we end up with our very own bag of holding. Look how big this thing is. It's massive. So now we have room in our inventory. It's not crammed full of stuff. I checked the other chests. There's not a whole lot of stuff here, and honestly, I was getting tired. After a whole day of raiding ships, burning ships, just general explosionary and stuff like that, if that's a word, I was tired. I really needed to take a nap. So that's the end of day 6. Day 7, I wake up in the remnants of the ship that once was, the ship that I burned. Felt a little guilty, but whatever. Decided to head back to the other ship I burned. My dog was still here, luckily. It looks like he didn't follow me and see the evil thing I had done, so came on shore and I decided to, you know, give him a little bit of a treat. So it turns out I can train this dog. Look at all these skills. We can give this dog so many different abilities. Shepherd? Doggy dash? Pillow? What? I go through millions of designs for a dog, and I finally settle on the cutest one possible. This nice little pug. Decided to put a little bit of skills in Creeper Sweeper, you know, just so he's more, you know, good about getting to creepers. You know, we named him John because I feel like John's a good name. Made sure he's set on aggressive, so only attacks if I attack. And look at that. Me and John headed off into the desert. Let's see what we can do out here. We're going to make some noise. We're going to dominate this world, guys. This builder's pickaxe is pretty incredible. I decided to check out this door. I really had no idea what it was. I'd never seen one before, so, you know, obviously I just kind of hopped in it. Looks like I teleported to a new dimension. I'm not exactly sure what's in here, but looks like it was a desert. Kind of weird. I'm very scared. Okay, we're good. We didn't fall off the edge, but this place was weird. I was getting some really creepy vibes. This is not the place that I would recommend going, but for some reason I decided to start breaking blocks, and well, there was a diamond block under a cactus, and well, honestly I decided not to push my luck, and I left. And now the portal's gone. Mysterious as it was, I didn't really think too much of it. Decided to increase my stone cutting skill so I can harvest stone faster. You'll see what this means later on, but I didn't have any boots. My feet were cold, so I made some diamond ones. Diamond keeps your feet warm, I promise. So we had done inadvertently a bunch of quests here, so I collected all the rewards, and man, we were getting a lot of coins. Like we actually were getting pretty stacked up, so we're saving up for something big. We got just over 400 coins. Honestly, we were in a good position, but I couldn't buy anything. Honestly, there was nothing in here worth it. Nothing as good as this lightning sword yet. So decided to just keep trekking on. Just kept trekking through the desert. I looked up in here. There was something I really wanted to make. It was called an iron pet. And you're wondering, what's that? Well, it's this little pet that hides in your inventory. And basically, it repairs stuff in your inventory. I end up finding it right... What am I doing? Right there. An anvil pet. So you put this in your inventory, and basically, it heals stuff in your inventory. So I make all my gold into blocks just to get it all nice and congealed. And then I make an anvil pet. Now, I don't figure out immediately how to use it, but I did come across this awesome-looking pyramid. You know, basically the default pyramid, but I think the Modpack may have changed it a little because, well, there's spawners in it, first of all, and it looks a little bit different. John followed me inside reluctantly, but I dug down. I wasn't afraid of TNT because it didn't look like there was any down here, just a bunch of zombies. John fell down here, but don't worry, friendly fire's off. I cannot hit John. I cannot hurt John. So he's doing just fine. So took out these zombie spawners, checked the chest for TNT, and I really was, you know, I wasn't trying to die here. And, you know, there were some diamonds, and there was some decent loot, but I just didn't want to stay. I wanted to keep adventuring on. What is that? So in the distance, I found this thing, and then I just get attacked by this random mob. I have no idea what's going on. I'm just getting withered and attacked by a giant beam of death. And I decide to retreat back onto the pyramid and figure out what the heck was shooting me. So I hop up here, and I look, and it's some weird-looking chicken. What? That's what's killing me? A chicken? Nah. Chicken is no more. Oh, I love this little lightning rod. So I guess whatever drops he had, I might have ended up burning, which comes back to bite me in the butt, I assure you. Killed another death worm, because why not, you know? We're just balling like that. I decided to hop up here to this weird quartz construct thingy. I really have no idea how to describe it other than a giant construct of doom. I hop up here, and really, there's not a whole lot. I hear a weird noise. Like, really creepy. I was getting creeped out. I honestly was. Like, I don't get creeped out much, but what was this? What is making that terrible noise? What is it? It's a chicken. It's that weird chicken thing. There's another one up here. Like, what is going on? So we end up killing the chicken. Or more so, it falls, and then I shoot it with lightning. Either way, though, it's dead now. Cool. So, I don't know. What's in here? A little dispenser. Okay. 7 diamonds. There's honestly so many diamonds. I just ended up finding so many diamonds. There's diamonds in the pyramid, diamonds in here. I was getting pretty lucky. I decided to test out my wing charm. Watch this. I can't fall. Isn't that crazy? So instead of falling to your death, you end up using your little, a little bit of durability on the wing charm. I found some weird things. I just went exploring more, basically, on day 7. And I ended up on day 8, and we're just exploring. And look, some weird tribesmen were over here. I have no idea what was going on. So I shot them with my lightning rod. I have no idea what they're saying, but I don't stick around long enough to find out. I end up just kind of, well, you get the gist. So in the burning fires of my evilness, I find something. I find a couple of things, actually. Some masks. A mask that may look familiar to you guys, but is unfamiliar to me right now. So these masks are kind of cool. We got the Mask of Rage. Basically, well, it makes us mine quicker, and the other one makes us run faster. So I was like, how quick do we really mine? So I decided to dig down, and look at this. Instant mining. Incredible. I literally just look around. It's like netherrack. So I, figured, let's get out of this hole. We got to dig ourselves out of a hole. It's day 8, and we really do got to do some more exploring. So run around, we find some sheep. All is well in the world. John is helping me out, and I'm having a good time, honestly. I think the sheep aren't having such a good time, but it started to get dark, and I think it's time to end day 8. But I didn't want to end it like this. I didn't want to sleep on the ground another night, so I decided to make a little makeshift shelter in here. Looks kind of nice, right? Just a little quaint shelter, inside of a rock, because why not? I couldn't get John to come in, so I just decided to sleep, and, well, that's the end of day 8. Day 9, I woke up, and I tried to get this guy to work, and finally, we actually got one of these living pets to work with this living anvil on the ground, and it turns out you just have to feed him some iron nuggets, and look, he healed all my tools. He healed all my armor. I ended up feeding him almost all of my nuggets. I almost said all, but almost all my nuggets, and look, everything was fully repaired. Our lightning stick is no longer almost broken. And we can end up raiding this little village I found. I'm not sure what it is, a castle, village, witch, hut thingy. I really don't know what it was, but I decided that I should probably set it on fire. As, best I can. It's made of stone, so I can't burn a whole lot of it, but at least you can burn a little bit, right? Just a little bit. So I actually ate a new piece of meat. You can see me say that, and it actually gave me a full new heart. So that means we actually have, instead of 10 hearts or 9 hearts or whatever it is, we have +1. Forever. So pretty cool. So I decided to hop in here. I hear a bunch of mobs, and I figure, you know what? We should probably do some exploring, and, well, that's what I did. Decent loot. Nothing crazy, but, it was pretty easy to get into. I don't blame it for not having the best things, diamonds everywhere, but it was still a fun place to loot. There was a good bit of stuff in it. It wasn't too dangerous. Nothing like what we're going to find in the future, I'm sure, but it was fun. A nice little side quest for us, right? Explore the dungeon, find out what's in it, and get everything we can. So there's a skeleton here. I'm not sure. He just was not angry, didn't want to attack me, but I didn't take any chances. I've been burned by skellies too much, and, well, we found some bottles of enchanting, an emerald, decent loot. Nothing crazy. Again, it's like a medium tier of loot. I don't really need the emeralds. I don't even remember if I grabbed them or not, but honestly, the emeralds are kind of unnecessary because we're not doing anything like that. We're adventuring, we're exploring. This is an RPG game now. So I decided to leave this place and find on to better. And it looks like I found a house, but there's nothing in it. Honestly, another one of those medium loot crates. What do we get? Wait. Jade? One of the best swords you can get? 9.5 DPS and leeches 70% of the damage you deal as health back to you. What? So I put this thing on. Day 9 turned out to be incredible. We got some awesome stuff. Explored some awesome stuff. I made another loot bag. Guys, we're doing so well. Day 10 now. More exploring, of course. We find a ravine. This thing is huge. Absolutely massive. I figure, you know what? It can't hurt to do a little bit more mining. I actually needed a few materials, so I figure, you know what? We're going to get in here. And since we have this wing charm, we can just kind of fall into stuff whenever we need to. If I need to grab some iron, I can. Very easily, just like that. It's pretty awesome. Honestly, it's much easier to explore when you don't take fall damage, right? So I get some coal. It can't hurt. We always got to have torches. That's one thing. Torches, iron, just the basic necessities. I'm not getting too many of these modded ores because I'm not so sure what I'm going to really do with them, but I found this giant cavern. Absolutely massive. I had to explore it. There's no way I couldn't explore it. Some angry zombies. Very, very angry. Hit a baby zombie. Flashbacks to Phil's five-year world. It's just, I can't do it. I can't do it. So we take out all the babies. John's trying to help, but it's even too hard for John to hit. And, decent loot. And there's a diamond on the ground, which is kind of weird, but you know what? I picked it up. There's so many mods that I don't have to understand everything besides diamonds on the ground. I pick up. So I decided to leave this place. There really wasn't a whole lot in there that I really needed, and I decided to explore some more. So I just kept going. John by my side, I can accomplish anything, right? just traveling, and, you know, there's just tons of cool stuff out here. There's so many new biomes, and I feel like every time I travel, I just see something completely new, which is what made this so much fun. I was having a blast. Giant gravel beach here. Figured I should get probably a little bit more food, so decided to kill a few pigs. And for some reason, furnaces smelt super quick. Like, as you can see here, just absolutely massively quick. And that was the end of day 10. A lot of traveling, and it was a good day. So I wake up, day 11, ready to explore. As you can see, I'm saying day 11 just to remind myself. Guys, this took 60 hours to edit. I know this is out of place, but would you guys please leave a like if you've watched the video up until this point? First of all, thank you so much, but please, please, while I climb this mountain, will you please scroll down and give me a like? I really would appreciate it. It took 60 hours. Thank you so much. So, day 11, you know, we make it up to the top of this mountain. I feel pretty good. You know, I'm literally on top of the world. Take off my pants for a second, put them right back on. What's this? Whatever. But anyways, we're on top of the world, so I can't really think about anything else. Look at this. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. This world is absolutely beautiful, but we needed to do something new, right? We've been exploring a whole lot, and honestly, I really wanted to go to a new dimension, so I think that's what we're going to try to do now. You can see how I look with my brand new mask, and being able to float is very helpful, let me tell you. Taking no fall damage and just floating everywhere is definitely the way to go. If you guys can do that in real life, all the better. You can get a glider or something, you know? So I picked a few flowers. You guys might know if you know a little bit about modded Minecraft, but we were going to head to a new dimension. Put some water down. Put some flowers around this water. Throw a diamond in. And we're good to go. Let's do this, guys. Let's go to the Twilight Forest. Oh, yeah. This place looked awesome. This was one of my favorite dimensions I go to. Honestly, the Twilight Forest is incredible. There's purple creepers. I'm not so sure what they do, and I really don't want to find out. And of course, still taking everything out with this very nice lightning rod. Decided to grab a little bit of obsidian. I figure, you know, why not? Grab the reward for heading to the Twilight Forest, and I was on my way. We're going to do a little bit of exploring in the Twilight Forest. Look at that. So many little cool mobs here and there. Everything's just so beautiful. Everything fits. It's a quaint place. So I couldn't find John. I was distraught. I looked for John for a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't think he made it with us to the Twilight Forest. So he's still back in the overworld, just hanging out. He's safe though. Don't worry. So I find this weird giant castle, and there seems to be some weird stuff around it, and I couldn't figure it out. I had no idea what was going on. I walked up to it. I figured, you know, maybe I can bust my way in. And then this dude spawns. I don't know what he is. I kill him. He drops a book, and I read it. And it tells me that I've got to defeat a big, giant green worm called the Naga. And that is something I don't think I can necessarily do yet. So I'm on my way just doing some more exploring. And look at this. A giant tree. I think by now you guys know what happens when I find giant trees. So, yeah. That happened. Oh, it's still day 12 and we're still blowing up trees. What's wrong with me, guys? Let me know in the comments. I really don't understand, but I just had this urge to just light every tree around me on fire. But, you know, I'm not going to let these weird purple creepers live either. You know, we're doing okay. But somehow I destroyed a blight-hungry void creeper. I don't even know what that is, but apparently it's one of those boss mob types of deals. But look at this. Everything around me is on fire again. I feel that evil twinge growing from within, and I get scared, guys. I get cold feet, and I took it out on the trees. Every shot, every time I clicked the mouse, something evil within was growing. What was wrong with me? So this is the thumbnail that you guys saw. You know, lining up to take a picture. I just keep exploring, guys. Oh. I actually came across the best thing you can find, in my opinion, in the Twilight Forest, which is called an ore hill. Now, located within are a bunch of bad mobs and a bunch of ore. So, hey, if you need ore, head to your local ore hill. I hop in and, well, it's just as I expected. We're surrounded by mobs. I don't know what to do. Honestly, I get eaten by a bug. I'm blind. There's rainbow particles everywhere. I mean, what is someone supposed to do in this situation? I'm frantic. I can't see. I mean, how do I kill what I can't see? There's little dudes running at me. There's spiders. It's a mess. It honestly is, and I end up prevailing because I have, you know, some of the best armor, a really good weapon, and honestly, I'm a little full of myself, guys. After all those tree burns, I feel like I'm just on top of the world, so nothing stops me. I end up actually just shooting everything with my lightning stick, and things go about how you'd expect. I find a couple of urns, get a weird pun, you earned it. Pretty nice. You know, just found more mobs, more spawners. I wasn't really interested in the ores necessarily. Again, we're just focused on exploring and adventuring, but we end up getting a ton of stuff and we head out. That's pretty much it with the ore hill, and that's pretty much it for the Twilight Forest right now. I keep exploring, hoping I can find the Naga. Maybe I'll try it, but you guys know what happens here. I'm not even gonna say it. I'm just gonna be silent. It's really fun to use, okay? Can you blame me? I mean, like, a stick that shoots lightning? I mean, what's better than that? I mean, I try to hit this tree from super far away, and nothing's working, and, well, I think it's time we head home, guys. I think it's time we finally head back to the overworld. This 360 jump in there, and we actually make it. So that's pretty much the end of day 13. Do a little bit more exploring, and now it's day 14. I come across this weird statue thingy. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe there's loot, right? Like, I'm looking for loot. So I dig down and, well, there's nothing in it. Nothing at all. And I got that itch. I really want to go to the beach. I want to go to the tropical dimension, but I needed a pina colada, so I had to find a coconut, and I ended up finding a coconut tree, you know, right here, a palm tree, I'm pretty sure they're called. And, yeah, it wasn't working, so I had to hop on the side of a log and then mine the coconuts. So we're lucky that we could find a coconut tree so close, so get a couple of coconuts, all is well. Day 14 is going quite well. Get a couple of bamboos here, you know, just so that we can make ourselves a bamboo mug. And then it's night, and that's pretty much all of day 14. On to day 15. We're making everything we're going to need, so we need a beach chair. So we make a white beach chair. We have the coconut. We have everything. The pina colada is made, and now we got to wait until sunset to drink it. And then we're going to head to the tropical dimension, which is super cool. So I do a bunch of exploring, and, you know, there's a bunch of floating islands. All nice. Everything's dandy. Everything's well, and I end up just parking on an island over here. We see some crazy stuff in the distance. I see a dragon out of the corner of my eye. A dragon. I kind of freeze for a second, and then I decide to make landfall. It's not time for you yet, buddy, but soon. I sit in the chair, and I wait for the sunset. It's very relaxing, you know, sitting here, you know, got a nice pina colada here, and then we just drink it, and we end up in the tropical dimension, aka the tropics. Things are taking a turn for the good here, guys. It's day 15, and we're in the tropics already. The second dimension down. Pretty cool. I decide to sleep, and then I realize you can't sleep, so I make a time lapse of the sun to pass the time. And that's all of day 15. It's day 16. I break down from my camera spire, and I get killed by not killed, but attacked by a poison frog. There's tons of things around here that don't seem to want me on their tropical island, which I understand. You know, it's untouched by nature. There's a bunch of just absolutely crazy stuff here. I mean, there's so many different flowers. There's pineapples. There's all this good stuff. And just, I was having a blast. I kept getting attacked by, oh, what? Oh my gosh, creepers and hats. Creepers in tropical hats and tropical shirts, and oh, it was just crazy. Turns out when they blow up, they just put flowers down, so not a bad idea. You know, not bad. Find this weird rock structure. I break it open. It's full of lava, you know, as one can expect in the tropics, you know. And then I find some statues. I'm not sure why I decided to attack them, but turns out you can't damage them. I don't know how to damage them. I can't even hit them with my lightning. I felt powerless for the first time in 16 days. I didn't know what to do, so I just ended up running away, and being the smart person I am, I decided to hit a couple others and just keep running. And I find the ocean, which, ooh, Ooh. Pretty. This place looks nice. Decided to get a little bit of coral. You know, I find some weird looking sand. I dig it up and turns out it's just sand, which is okay. And what's this? Manganese ore. I collect a little bit of manganese ore. I'm not so sure what you can do with it, but we're in the tropics. We got to try some new stuff, okay? So I find these weird schools of fish, and I'm thinking, what are these guys doing? So I just start killing them, you know, just to see what I get, and I end up killing a lot very quickly. And turns out they give you some weird scale-looking things. And, yeah. I decided, you know what, I want more of these shiny, colorful things. The tropics, you know, I got this fever going on. I want these shiny, little, colorful things. I find a nice island, and I'm going to figure out, what can I do with these scales? Put some furnaces down, and I try smelting them. Turns out, guys, you can eat the scales. Cooked butterfly fish? I was hoping it'd give me another heart, but no such luck. So I decided it's best for us to head out. You know, we just went to the Twilight Forest, just went to the tropics, and honestly, there wasn't a whole lot here for me, and I wanted to continue on with my adventure, get on with my goals. So I decided it's time to head back to the overworld. Hop back in, and here we are, and it's night, the end of day 16. Now, day 17, I wake up and, you know, you guys know what happened last time I found one of these. So I hop on it, you know, I'm like, I'm not going to burn this one. I'm not going to burn this one. Okay. We're going to loot it all and we're not going to burn it. We're not going to burn it. And I keep saying that. And look at that. We found another thunder stick. So we had 2. Yeah. That's right, guys. We have 2 of them now. As if one wasn't enough, we have 2. And I'd make a really dumb decision and almost die. Yeah, so I almost died, and through no fault of my own, this thing is now on fire. I can assure you, I did not cause this ship fire. For once, it was someone else. It was not me. I had 2 lightning sticks in my hand, but I did not cause this fire, so please. I said I wasn't going to do it. I'm trying to turn away from my evil ways, and you'll become a better person, and, well, no matter what I do, everything around me is just catching on fire. I decided it's time for us to defeat our first dragon. So day 18, I had a goal. I wanted to do something, and I was going to do it. I just had to find the dragon. I saw him from really far away, honestly, and for some reason it tells me I visit the end, which I'm very confused about, but I find his nest. That's right. We're in the dragon's lair. And, you know, I figure why not, you know, seize the opportunity. Get a little bit of gold here. Looks like there was some gold on the ground, golden chests, and I'm not seeing the dragon, but I see a really cool ravine and maybe something like a dungeon? I'm not really sure, but, you know, in this ravine, I decide, you know, we're going to head down here. We're going to find out for ourselves, what is this? Yeah, we wanted to find the dragon, but, oh, we find an upgraded mine shaft. And yeah, you bet we're going to be exploring this. This thing looks awesome. There's vines on the walls. It's basically just a giant upgraded mine shaft. How mine shafts should honestly always look. I had a ton of fun in here. There was a ton of bad stuff that for some reason didn't seem to spawn at first. I thought everything, you know, was just kind of cool. You know, we were just hanging out and I start hearing moans and groans, you know, as you do underground. And I find this weird little ladder and I head down here. Oh, no. It was filled with cave spiders, so that's awesome. I decide to, you know, break this thing. I freeze for a second, but then decide, probably a good idea. Maybe I should use this really fast pickaxe I have and break the spawner. Check the loot. Not really any loot in here at all. I actually end up making an emerald shovel for some reason. Don't ask why, but there was an emerald pickaxe in here, but I didn't need an emerald pickaxe, guys. I mean, honestly, emerald pickaxes, who needs those? We have a builder's pickaxe with mending 5. But I did find a really good bow. An archer's bow. This thing was awesome. So I didn't even have any arrows in my inventory, but for some reason it just kept shooting. So I figure, you know, if it's just going to shoot for infinity, we might as well keep it with us. And, well, you bet. We start using it, and this thing is awesome. Like, really, really good type of awesome. Also found some dynamite, so I decided to see what this did, and, well, it did what you thought. You throw it, and it explodes. It seems to work okay. You know, I didn't have any qualms with it. And now things start heating up. More mobs are spawning, and honestly, I was ready for it. I finally got the achievement for using a bow. You know, day 18, and we hadn't used a bow much before, but I found another one of these little rooms, decided to get the loot out of it. There wasn't a whole lot. So I kept exploring, and we find this weird, invisible-ish rainbow ghost. Wasn't that hard, and it had a shovel with range 3 on it. So I was trying to figure out, what does range 3 do? And look, you can hit stuff, like, super far away. Like, way farther away than you should be able to. But I decide, it's not really worth it, because it's a shovel, and it does no damage, so I end up, I think, throwing it away. Ambushed by a wizard, which is kind of odd. You don't expect to see a wizard underground, but there's a bunch of witches in here and stuff, and I just wasn't having it. Pretty much everything I see, I kill, unless it's not killing me first. Or if it's like a tree, but either way, I decided, I'm done with that. We don't need that anymore. That's pretty much the end of day 18. It's night, so obviously we got to sleep. And now, we're on to day 19. Oh yeah, things were looking up. So I didn't say it, but I lost John. So I made a name tag, says John 2, stuck it on him, and now we have John 2 following us. I don't know where the first John went. I'm very sorry. I'm not very good with animals. Animals in Minecraft, that is. I don't know where he went. So I think between the dimension hopping and the tropical dimension, it just whatever. I spent the majority of day 19 looking for the dragon. I couldn't find the dragon. I didn't know where it went. So I just figured, you know what? We're just going to keep exploring. And John 2 is still with me. All was well in the world of Minecraftia. And I just kept exploring. I needed a little bit more food. Decided to kill a couple of cows here and there. And we've been traveling quite a distance, as you could see on the map. We've been going for a long time. And throughout the entire day, I actually traveled in one big giant circle. And we came back to the ship that we had unintentionally burned down. It's time to say goodbye to this weird end green land. And, well, I found another ship. And I broke my promise. This one I definitely burned down. But I decided, we're gonna make something good out of it. We're gonna make a base. Because why not, So I built off the side of the ship. Basically start getting some floor going here so that we have an area to build a house. Because, I said we're going to focus on adventure, but that doesn't mean we can't build a little nice house. So watch this little nice montage of building a house. That's the end of day 19. So day 20, I spent constructing my house. I really wanted a house. I don't know why. I guess I missed having the comforts of a home. So, I have some nice orange terracotta with me. I'm not sure where I got it, but I figured, I could make a little basic design here. So I just kind of make a weird little cube shape and, start to make some semblance of our roof. And I don't know. It was starting to look kind of nice. I swam all the way to the bottom just to grab a little bit of glass because, you need glass, but the house was turning out nice. I mean, look at that. Obviously it's interesting. So need to make the platform a little bit build some supports for the platform under it. And things were shaping up, guys. Even added a nice little dock out front. Throw some furnaces down, crafting table, make some windows. Now it's feeling more like home. Put some glass in the ceilings, nice little skylights in there. Pretty cool. Day 20 was turning out nice. I mean, I finally have a house, a nice little water base. Decided to hop on the roof and add some finishing touches, put some trapdoors on the glass, and, it looks pretty good, but a few things I could change, like adding a few slabs to the roof. All the way around. There we go. And that's day 20. We built a nice house. Put a few lanterns on it. You can see them on the fence posts there. We have some nice lanterns now, and everything was feeling good. The mobs started spawning in the ship that I had burned down because I guess it got dark enough for them to spawn, so I had to deal with that, and it wouldn't even let me sleep. There were so many mobs, so I was getting frustrated. I was like, oh man, I can't even sleep in my own house. And, well, we actually got to sleep finally. We killed everything. And that's day 20. On day 21, I needed to grow some wood. I needed a little bit more materials in my inventory, so I ended up wasting a ton of bone meal. And, well, you know what happens with the lightning rod when I get mad. We encountered some more mobs. I almost burned my house down, so I was starting to get a little bit out of control with that thing. I decided to leave home and try to become a new man. So I put a waypoint down. We called it water base, and that was the end of day 21. On day 22, I just kept going, just kept exploring. I wasted too much time on day 21 messing around with those mobs. So I found some weird. Oh no, this is not good. There's a okay. What do I do? So it looks like some that's an uncomfortable noise. Looks like some mermaids or something. Oh my god. Well, either way, the mermaids are now gone. I don't know what happened. My screen turned pink, and I'm all of a sudden being just sucked towards this stone island. And honestly, I was just kind of shaken up by the whole deal, and I just kept traveling. I found this really cool island with this really cool looking pyramid thingy on it. Not even a pyramid, I guess, more of a temple, but everything started to look the same. Day 22 is just filled with wisps and dungeons, and I don't even know what this thing is. I just broke the spawner. Hopefully I didn't need that. Scroll of identification, identifies an unknown spell or book, if it's unknown. Said nothing to identify, so you get frustrated. I throw it on the ground, as you do when you get frustrated with something. I decided to head over to this weird looking structure, this temple. It was drawing me. Honestly, it was drawing me in. I found a coyote, which is interesting, and John 2 is not with me. I don't know where John 2 is, but either way, I decided to push on. And we head into this pyramid or temple or whatever you want to call it. And honestly, this thing looks pretty cool. There's not a whole lot up here, but hello world. Looks nice. So I head down the stairs, and this is where things get dicey, guys. This is where it really starts with the dungeons. So we just encountered one of the best dungeons in the game, and we're going to explore it. So there's 3 directions here. Which one do I head? I don't know. I just break any one and just start heading. What direction it is, it doesn't really matter to me, but I explore, and we find a bunch of really cool stuff. This place just looks awesome, but I need to go deeper. But before I do that, let's at least take out a spawner, right? So lightning stick doesn't work very well underground. It seems to be getting caught up on things, but I put it on single shot mode here, so maybe it'll, not blow me up as often. Break a spawner, check for loot, and honestly, not that great of loot. I don't really need gold armor. I drink a speed potion that I found in a chest, and look at this. Hyper speed running. This was actually way too much fun. I felt like I was going 1 billion miles an hour, and I was just sprinting through, looting everything. Almost like an RPG adventure game, like we're playing. So it was kind of fun to get these potions of swiftness, but I needed to go deeper. I needed to scratch that dungeon itch even more, and there were mass amounts of mobs in here, so I figure, you know what? Let's go this direction. This direction seems safe, right? The one where all the mobs are. It's going well, about as well as it can go, I guess. The mobs are not too difficult, but, I make do. I also just make more things attack me. I'm up for the challenge right now. Honestly, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling evil and ready to mingle. Oh my gosh. This thing does not work underground. More potions of swiftness in me. I'm sprinting around, raiding this dungeon. I encounter a purple creeper. Thought those were only in the Twilight Forest, but then everything turned orange, and I felt the need to go even deeper. And I went deeper. There's not too many mobs down here, I'm thinking. It's not that bad. This isn't what I signed up for. I signed up for so many mobs that I can't think. So many mobs that I can't see. And honestly, this was spooky in its own way, but it wasn't terrible. I did find a crypt. Decided to raid that. A lot of zombies. So, a couple of spawners gone. Let's check the loot. Decent. Not the best loot I've ever seen, but, decent. So I keep exploring. I'm looking for a way down. I really want to go deeper in this place. And I find something amazing. The second to the lowest floor. I head down these stairs, and I know anything can happen at this point, so I break a gate, and I just start going. There's no point in stopping now. We're so deep in this, if we want to leave now, we can't. We're surrounded by mobs on every single side. Things went okay. Made use of my lightning stick a little bit more here. Even the Enderman was having a rough time with it. But honestly, underground, like I said, it's just not the best weapon to be using. Things just don't go too well whenever you try to use it. Ender chest, which for some reason I thought I could pick up and gave me obsidian, and then I remembered why you can't pick them up. Kept on exploring, found another little grave burial area. Bunch of spawners in the hallways even. This place is definitely getting dangerous. Find this weird room with water in it. This place looks kind of cool, but I hear things below me, and I'm thinking, oh, never dig straight down, guys. Never dig straight down. Seriously, don't dig straight down. It's not a good idea. You can see why here. You don't dig straight down, but I uncover something. And this is where it really begins. I decide I'm gonna hop right in. Bad idea. Bad idea. 10 out of 10 would not recommend. That was the most mobs I had ever seen before. Ever. They just kept spawning. I had no idea what to do. I honestly was at a loss for words here. I couldn't do it. I mean, like, look at all these. Like, whoa, what am I supposed to do? I'm falling. What is this, lava? The path isn't even here. What am I? A chance to breathe. Yeah, you're telling me. So I figure, you know, I'm going to train a little bit. I'm going to make sure I can use this thing, and I come back with a new plan. We're going to use the lightning rod as much as we can, and honestly, every time I use it under here, I end up hurting myself. So I decide we're not going to do this. I make headway. I defeat a few spawners here and there, but honestly, there was just so many spawners that I could not keep up with it. I was going to die if I stayed down here. If it wasn't for this nice jade sword with all of its, health leeching, there's even gold in the ground. We're in such a hardcore place. You'd think the loot in here is incredible, but honestly, after raiding this place, I discovered that pirate ships had better loot, so that was interesting. I end up just fighting stuff, as you do in dungeons like this, and things seem to be going okay until, for some reason, it seemed like even more mobs spawned than were initially in here, and I'm like, why? Like, where are they coming from? I do not see any spawners. I felt like I had destroyed all the spawners. But then I make kind of a stupid discovery, something I probably should have figured out a little bit before I did, but you'll see here in a second. I'm trying to check a chest, and honestly, it's not working. It's not working. I can't get anything. I think, ooh, that's where the spawners are. I mean, let's go over here. Oh, no. Bad idea. I turn around and, I mean, look at it. Like realistically, what do you do here? How I'm not dying, I attribute to that jade sword. I mean, honestly, I think that's the only reason I stayed alive. But like I said, I could not figure out how mobs were spawning. Like, I really couldn't. I mean, it made no sense. There were no spawners in here. Now, some of you may have seen them. They're on the ceiling, and I don't see them. So I just keep fighting stuff way longer than I need to until eventually I realize, oh, there's stuff up here. I get blinded by a special boss spider, and this place was giving me a rough time, guys. It really was, but this is what I signed up for. An adventure RPG mod pack. Absolutely crazy, guys. This was one of the longest days, just because of all of it was pretty much exploring, but I finally discovered that's where the spawners are. They've been above my head this entire time, so I spent quite a long time taking out all the spawners, because, obviously you saw, I cut out a bunch of footage. I was there for a while, just fighting, and it was really hard with all the mobs to take away the spawners. I mean, it really was, like, super, super hard. But I ended up taking out a good majority of them. Almost all of them. Gotta run away, eat some bread, get my health back up. I almost died there, surprisingly. I'm not sure, unsurprisingly, honestly, I'm not sure how I didn't die. I mean, if I didn't have this jade sword giving me all the health that I'm damaging, I would never have lived through this. I'm up to 36 levels. I don't know how many we started with, but it was not 36. I get to more of the spawners, and things are slowing down a bit. I'm feeling like, maybe I can finally breathe a little bit. But I get all the spawners, and then I check the chests, and I realize that I don't think I should go here. Because look at this stuff. I mean, it's just like, that's not very good for all this stuff that I've encountered. And I decided, you know what? Honestly, guys, it's been a long enough day. I'm tired. So I try to find my way out, and, eventually I end up finding my way out, and I end up on the surface. Day 23. I decided to keep on with my journey. We got to keep exploring. We can't stop now. Found a pretty cool looking island, and then I get sucked into another mermaid lair, so that's always very fun. I get stuck on the side, and I'm like trying to show you guys, like I'm literally stuck. I have to actually break blocks to get out of here, and looks like their grasp over my mind has been lifted, and I end up just hitting them off the rock, and they're really not that hard. They look kind of stupid without all the pink stuff around them. They don't look too threatening, and especially not compared to what I have in my hand. The power I wield within the lightning stick is just too much for a mermaid. Honestly, it's just What are you gonna do, right? You know, I'm not a pirate. Okay, you can't trick me. I'm not a pirate yet, at least. But found a nice little jungle-ish island. It looks pretty cool, and I start using these multi-jump boots. So you guys haven't seen these, but I actually found these in the dungeon, and they allow me to do this. I basically have 3 jumps. They have multi-jump 3 on them. And these are from the dungeon again. That's why I don't remember if I showed you or not, but this is the best thing that I got. It was these boots with multi-jump 3. Absolutely incredible. Combined with my feather falling thing, I was pretty much able to travel to wherever I wanted to go, and I couldn't really fall. So I decided I'm going to go to the Nether because I need to get something for the next dimension we're going to travel to. We're going to go to a completely new dimension here in just a bit, but before that, we got to get a few things. So we're going to head to the Nether. So I get to the Nether, and, you know, it's just the Nether. It's still day 23, and, well, the Nether hasn't changed much, even with all these mods, you know. The Nether did get updated. This is like Minecraft 1.12, so you got to remember it's kind of old. I put on these boots that make me run fast and jump, and for some reason they really make my FOV large, but I get a ton of glowstone. Like a ton, because that's what we're needing here. We need just an absolute ton. I don't know why, but it's just something we need. You'll find out soon. These boots come in handy, though. When you're in the Nether and you need to traverse the glowstone, they're really handy. I'm going to head back to the overworld. We get back, and it's night, so I figure it's time to sleep, and let's move on to day 24. Here we are, day 24, constructing a new portal. Maybe something you've seen before. One of the most well-known mods in Minecraft, ever. Grab a bucket of water, make the Aether portal. Let's go. 360 jump, of course. Day 24 is awesome. Look where we made it, guys. We made it to the Aether. One of the most well-known and amazing mods in Minecraft. This place is absolutely beautiful. Breathtaking. Easily one of my most favorite places that you can travel to in modded Minecraft. It's absolutely incredible. I decided to make a nice glowstone path and then quickly realize I don't have nearly enough glowstone. There's no way I'm going to make this work, so I actually have to end up heading back to get more glowstone. Quickly just, you know, head back in the Nether, grab a few pieces of glowstone, you know, just hanging out. Had to actually get a ton. Continue building this giant staircase. And we're almost there. A few more blocks, and we've made it over to our first island. Setting a foot on this luscious grass was incredible. Breaks a little bit quicker than grass in the overworld, but honestly, I was just captivated by the beauty of these islands. Found some blueberries. It's actually kind of funny. I found a lot of blueberries. They gave me a new heart, so now I have 3 extra hearts, and these things are delicious. Have you guys ever tried a blueberry? I don't know. They're just really good, and I found this Zephyrus thing, this kangaroo weird thing. I just hopped right on it. I don't know if it liked the blueberries in my hand or if it just liked me, but either way, I was happy. Hopping around in the Aether on my own kangaroo. I had to take a screenshot, of course, and I almost get blown up by a mighty creeper, and I don't know what, mighty void creeper or whatever they're called, and that was not fun. I thought I was about to end up in the Nether, but it turns out it was just a noise. So I find some skyroot trees, and I hear a weird noise calling me, and that evil twinge is just clicking inside me. I'm just like, oh, this noise. It's like, I don't know. I find this gold tree, and luckily it distracts me for a little bit, but honestly, the gold tree doesn't give you much, so I decide, yeah, we're not going to really do anything with it, because it really doesn't give you anything. So I hop up on here. We find some more blueberries, which is very nice. More blueberries. Guys, we find a lot of blueberries. Like, I'm exploring, and like I just keep finding these patches of blueberries, and I'm like, oh, yes, blueberries. I end up with over a stack of blueberries. I mean, like, it might become a meme how many blueberries, but what is this? A flying cow. Yeah. Day 25, guys, and we found flying cows in the Aether. A couple of moas, you know, they're just hanging out, being weird-looking ostrich thingies, and these guys are following me. It turns out you can breed the flying cows with these blueberries, but I decided enough's enough. You know, I have enough blueberries. I don't need any more. So I find this weird castle in the sky, and I'm like, of course, we're going to go explore it. The noise finally it just got me. It made a terrible noise when I killed it, but the evil inside was too strong. I couldn't this was a beautiful place, but I was too evil for it. So I end up building up. There's no other proper way for me to get to that dungeon, so I figure, you know, I'm just going to make a big old pillar up and do it the old way. And with these multi-jump boots, it was possible. Anything was possible, honestly. Now, if I fall more than 6 blocks, it activates that charm in my inventory. So I always try to hit something before 6 blocks activates, because sometimes it can get a little annoying. But there's some nice arrow gel in the corners, and this place just seemed interesting. Something about it called to me. I opened this chest, and, well, I couldn't open the chest, so I was a little frustrated. So I opened this chest, and it starts trying to eat me. So, a note to self, there are mimics in the aether, so don't mess around. They don't mess around one bit. Skyroot Remedy, I took it, you know, maybe this is helpful. I don't know. It seems interesting, but I head up these stairs, and I find something crazy. A giant whale. Maybe the brother of the one I just killed, but I couldn't hurt it. Honestly, how was it a loss for words? I'm hopping up next to it, and like I try to hit it, nothing happens. So I figure, you know, I'll break this thing, and then now I can kill it now, right? I'm gonna hop up and hit it, you know. Well, arrows are still just kind of going through it. It's still just hitting me, and honestly, I try for quite a while, but I can't hurt this thing. So I'm like, what do I do? I mean, what am I supposed to do? Like, honestly, I definitely have a chance of hitting it, but for some reason, I just could not damage it. So sadly, I gave up because, I mean, it's just sitting there and I'm hitting it. So maybe it bugged out. I really don't know. But either way, we had a big, beautiful world to explore. So it was time to head back. Being up in the aether for this long isn't good. You start to go a little crazy up here. There's not very much oxygen, so I head back to my portal. And that's the end of day 25, guys. We spent quite a while in the aether. And now it's on to day 26. So, of course, you know, we're just doing some more exploring. It's day 26, guys. This world's starting to reach, you know, a point where we have some good loot. We have, you know, a way to travel and, ooh, what's this thing? A little black squiggle in the world. I'd, you know, see if maybe it's a portal. Maybe I can hop in it, but no, nothing works. Ah, the old wizard tower. You guys remember the first time we found one of these? Well, this is going to be different this time. Or no, it looks like he wants to fight me already. So, hey, it wasn't my fault this time. He instigated it. So I keep traveling and I see this really cool structure. I'm wondering, you know, what is this? It looks like a volcano. So cool. At the top of this mountain, I find a weird dragon horse thingy. I probably should know the name of it, but honestly, I have no idea. So I killed it, and it seemed to want to kill me, so it only seemed fair. I hopped really high up, and you can see the anvil pet working there, healing up my stuff slowly but surely. Hopped onto this beautiful island. I mean, it's absolutely stunning looking, and there's not too much here. But I do see a pirate ship, different from the other ones we've seen, and I figure, you know what, we'll head over to that. Let's see what it is. It's day 26, guys. Let's discover something new. And turns out, yeah, it's a different pirate ship than the ones we'd found earlier, so find a way in, aka drill a hole in the side of the boat. And it's crazy. There's a lot of stuff in here. Like a lot of stuff. So, you know, sit here for a bit, use my bow a little bit, get some more XP. Maybe we'll up our skills here pretty soon. Who knows? But yeah, I pretty much just fight all these zombies and skeletons and whatever they are, and I get this sign. And it has knockback 10 on it. Knockback 10. So I have some fun with that. It's literally like playing ping pong. Or like, I don't know how else to describe it. Pinball? Maybe like pinball ping pong. But I tried to hit a few off the plank, you know, walk the plank. But I couldn't get anything. And honestly, the loot on this thing was pretty bad. So I did what I do best in this. And I, well, spent the end of day 26 lighting the ship and burning it to the ground. Rest in peace, other pirate ship. F's in the chat. Find a nearby island and figure, you know, that's probably a better place for me than this pirate ship to set up my bed because the other one's on fire. So I end up sleeping, and here we are on day 27. On day 27, you know, started like any other day, me burning another pirate ship as I seem to do in this series, and I don't know. It's just, I figure, you know, if I'm going to burn it down, you know, maybe I should get something out of the deal. So I end up grabbing a bunch of these red beds, the old school beds. I don't know why they're all red. Maybe this was made before they made beds default color is white, but there were totally way too many red beds. And I saw this thing coming from a mile away. I wasn't letting the mermaids get me this time, and I kind of go crazy on them. Like, I shoot a lot of lightning over there. They've gotten me too many times, and they end up sucking me in, but I end up getting them before they get me, and I get mad and just... You guys get the deal. I almost broke my lightning, so I had to go underground and fix it up, but that's the awesome thing about the anvil pet. We never really have to worry about... What is that? I don't know what it is. I still, to this day, have no idea what I found. Some weird gears in the ground, buried from ancient civilizations, but either way, I thought they were cool. I figured I'd take a look at them. I really have no idea what they are, and what's that? Ooh, what's that? I see some stuff in there. Oh, what's that? I don't know. There's tons of cool... Oh, no. Oh, this guy looks threatening. Oh, gosh. Now, that's a Cyclops if I've ever seen one. Now, will the lightning stick work on him? Too easy. Now, you guys remember that dragon earlier, right? Well, we'll see it soon, but I had to free the sheep. I don't know why. I just felt like, you know, these sheep had a hard life, so I decided to free the sheep. They were stuck in here, and no longer were they stuck, and I was happy about that. And that's the end of day 27. Day 28, you know, I'll wake up on top, and I'm like, you know, we got to keep exploring. We got to keep going. You know, we defeated a Cyclops now. We're basically invincible, right? I find this really cool island. You know, you guys see it. It's beautiful. It's like what the biome in default Minecraft wants to be. It's massive. So I get sucked into another mermaid. I mean, how many times is that going to happen? I don't think they've learned that this lightning stick can defeat everything, but you know, oh my god, I found another Cyclops with like special effects on it, and somehow I don't die here. I walk right up to it, get blinded, and then, you know, well, you probably understand what I do next, right? So, lightning stick OP. Anyone? Lightning stick OP? I keep exploring, you know, I run by some cherry bushes, everything's good, and I find another weird dragon horse thingy. I just think, you know, a hippogriff. Hippogriff. I don't know what that is, but I find an upgraded villager village, which is interesting. There's a nice mill here, and I don't know, day 28 was shaping up to be kind of special. Found a nice... Oh. Yeah. I burned it down. Oh, yeah. So, I figure, you know, I'll check it out, but there's nothing in it. And, you know, I sit over here on this other thing I find, and I try to, you know, burn the village, but nothing works. And I find this really cool thing. You guys saw this in the intro. It's some, you know, old style of temple building. I have no idea what it is, but at the top of this little watchtower, I find a really nice chest. An epic mega loot case. We got to open this bad boy. Let's see what's in it. Oh, ooh, samurai helmet. Now it's actually really good, like really good. 6 armor compared to the helmet, which I think is like 3 armor, something like that. So it's double as good as a diamond helmet. And it also gives you better luck when you open chests and stuff like that. It has a bunch of cool effects. But I head over to this cool tower and I decide, you know, we're exploring. We might as well find out what's inside of it. And to be honest with you guys, there was pretty much nothing in it. It was abandoned. I heard frogs ribbiting, and it was starting to become night, so I figure, put a bed down, let's sleep. And on to day 29. Day 29 was like pretty much every other day in these 50 days. We're going to do some more exploring, because there's way too much stuff to find. Even in 50 days, I can't find everything. I end up underground, and I fight a few mobs here and there, and, you know, everything's going well. It's not too hard, and come back up, and I keep exploring, and all is well. Everything seems right. It's day 29, and nothing can stop me except this plant that almost stops me. I don't know what it is, but man, it's aggressive. Like, dude, like really aggressive. I find a cool looking tree. You know, I find a bunch of stuff. There's just a ton of really weird stuff in this mod pack. I mean, I'm just running around. I'm still lost. I still feel like I've discovered nothing, but you know, I kill a few ducks, you know, figure maybe if I eat some duck meat, I can get a brand new heart, but I end up not getting another heart from the duck meat. But the dragon. You guys remember? We found the dragon. Oh, it was dragon time, baby. He was not happy. Not happy at all. Almost died. Until I pulled out the lightning stick. Then everything changed. I have no idea what happened, but somehow I prevailed. And the dragon was defeated. I still don't understand what happened. It came out of nowhere. This dragon literally came out of nowhere. I was so surprised. It was just running, and all of a sudden it was, wah, dragon. I dig up the body, and it's kind of flailing around. I'm not sure what's going on, but there's nothing there for me, so I decided to keep traveling, and I end up finding its nest, which is kind of nice. So there we go. That's one goal down. We defeated the dragon. We've almost gone to every dimension. There's still a dimension we haven't gone to, which is pretty cool, but day 30, day 29 was good. A goal down, one dragon down, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's more. There's a lot more. So I end up getting all this stuff in the nest, and, there's not much else for me to do today besides, get the spoils of my kill, and I end up with a ton of gold. I don't know how much. It looks like, a decent bit of gold, Not enough to start, my own gold shop or anything, but, I've got a good bit of resources in my loot bag here. Honestly, things are looking up. I keep exploring, and I find a spider hole. Don't know what that is. I don't know the actual name of it, but it's spiders in a hole. So, gotta get out of here. Ugh, no one likes spiders. And then I find this cool little structure. I don't know what it is, but, of course, I'm going to hop inside and take a look around, and there's, a spawner. Yeah, whatever. And, a little empty room, kind of interesting, and then at the top, another spawner. But inside... Oh, lag? Whoa. But inside, I find something really cool. The Evoker Fang. So, the same kind of tool we're using, except different. We can use the power of the Evokers now in our hand. So I try it out on a few unsuspecting mobs here, and... Well, one hit a duck, so it must be pretty good, right? Doesn't even kill a pig in one hit, though, so... It honestly just ends up being kind of a pain to use, and, well, that's the end of day 30. Day 31, of course, is more exploring. We run around, and I find this giant temple thing. I really don't know what it is, but we go inside, and it seems to be a graveyard surrounding it. Maybe an old church or something. I'm really not sure, but in the corner is this castle tower, so I figure, let's go down in here, and, well, you know what happens with these little spiral towers. Defeat a skeleton on the way in, and boom, 3 directions. You guys know the drill here. A little bit of exploring, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I end up going through the entire day. Now we're on day 32. We're just hanging out in here. I almost, get blown up. There's a bunch of weird chest things that... maybe I should have looked, but I almost die. Because for some reason, I thought that it was a good idea to stand there and grab the diamond. I literally almost lost it all. So that was interesting. Tons of mobs down there, so we're gonna evacuate the premises here and come from a new angle of attack. Get all the spawners out of the way, and yeah, creepers, cobwebs, not interested, and more. TNT everywhere. I managed to escape it somehow. I really don't know how. I thank the triple jump boots for that one, but honestly, I don't know how we survived that. It was day 32, and I was getting tired. There were so many mobs. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I can't keep doing this. There's too many mobs. Rainbow particle spiders. I mean, magma blocks on the walls. I mean, you can't even touch the walls without getting hurt here. You can barely even walk. But they do drop some pretty good loot. I mean, you see there's diamond boots on the ground. Like, this place doesn't mess around, It's not as good as a pirate ship, I guess, but it's still pretty decent loot. I start defeating the spawners, and then I'm like, I can't do this again so soon, so I decided it's probably best if we head up. And honestly, I spent the rest of day 32 getting out of here, and we made it all the way back up to the surface. Found a nice little lush cave, too. Slept, and now we're on day 33. Finally came back up to the surface. A nice way to start day 33. Ended up on top of a mountain, so we may have had to dig a little bit extra, and look at that. Nice little tropical island. Interesting. I sleep. I ended up exploring all of day 33 and pretty much all of day 34. I mean, you guys can see this just giant track, so if a day ever seems short, I probably just ran the entire distance of it. It's just, look at this. I mean, it's... proof's in the pudding, guys. Proof's in the pudding. Day 35, you know, I kept traveling. It was like any other day, just waiting for something to appear to me. And look, I find one of these guys. I figure, you know, I can run in here and just whack him and crunch. I'm dead. Whoops. So that was fun. I knew from previous experience that all I needed to do was get an ender pearl and combine that with my key, and then I could actually just spawn right back to my grave. I come in here, and you know, all is well. I mean, I find a nice dark area. I find an enderman. I figure if I can combine these two, and well, I die again. So it takes a lot of perseverance, you know. Spawning in and trying to get an ender pearl is probably not a good idea, but I persevere. I keep trying and I sleep, and now we're on day 36. I spend all of day 36 traveling. I got stone tools again, got my whole setup going, slept through that. And day 37, I wake up and I actually got an ender pearl on day 36. We were underground and we killed an enderman, and that was that. So I spawned back at my tombstone here and decided, oh, we should probably run away so I don't get eaten again. Nice crunch noise. So you can see it highlights where our tombstone is right through it. But basically, ender pearl plus your key gives you a tombstone teleport. So if you ever die, you're not too far away from your loot, as long as you can get an ender pearl, which is not easy. It took me forever, a lot of grinding. So I throw away everything that I had gotten over day 36 and day 35 all into the trash. I mean, I had a full setup of stuff. I mean, it took me like 45 minutes to get this back. And we're back in action, guys. I decide, do him the old-fashioned way. Shoot him with the lightning stick. Not a problem, right? And that's pretty much how day 37 went. We conquered an entire other Cyclops, dude. It started to become night, so obviously we gotta sleep. On to day 38. Now, of course, you know, we're just going on exploring, and, you know, we find a nice little area. And look, another nest and another dragon. Yeah. That's right, another dragon. Let's do this. I'm gonna die. 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 Look at my health. Look at my health. Oh! So close. So close. Please. Please spare me. I'm sorry. I won't touch you again. Oh my gosh. Oh, how are we not dead? Oh, are we not dead? I regened and I came back ready to defeat the dragon, and well, the lightning stick prevailed again. This thing really is awesome. So yeah, day 38 was pretty cool already. You know, another dragon under our belt, and wow, third dragon just hanging out in the sky. Oh, maybe we can find this guy, and maybe the lightning stick will prevail as well, but I don't want to get... Oh, yep. There we go. That's dragon number 3. Felt a little too easy, but honestly, I was getting the hang of things, you know? Dragons weren't a threat to me, but I just discovered something very important, and I'm going to start gathering the mobs that spawn here, because they're going to drop some very important stuff. Ooh, yeah. Day 38 is turning out to be incredible. So if you guys don't know, this is going to be access to an entirely new dimension. So I stayed here for a while, attacked all these guys that spawned, these dark druids. They drop these swamp talisman pieces. And I combined all 4 of them and made a really cool thing. I think it's called swamp talisman, but that just sounds so cool. Cool. So there's the swamp talisman. Just have to grab it out, but take a little peek at it. Looks pretty cool, right? Oh yeah, there we go. We got the swamp talisman, and that's the end of day 38. Took a while to get all those dark druids, but day 39 starts, and to make this portal, you got to put a sapling down and click it, and well, creepy noises ensuing, and you end up with a portal room. No, you can't break the portal. I tried. So I read that you have to put up everything before you go to this dimension. You got to start from scratch. And so we put all our stuff into a chest, and here we go. Whoa, a dark world indeed. This place is creepy. I do not like this place one bit, but We got to adventure. We got to explore, and I think the only way out of here is by breaking the tree. We're walking through the portal. Oh, there. I don't know what that is, but I decided to run away. It's probably the smart move here. I really would rather not deal with those things or that thing. I pick up some mushrooms, and, well, I gain another heart. So I'm up to 4 hearts now. 4 extra hearts, that is. And I go on a little mushroom hunting expo because I feel like, you know, I should get all these mushrooms. And, man, this place just looks creepy. I am not liking it here, but I end up breaking this tree. And I make some wooden tools, and I realize that the wooden tools do not work here. So I end up breaking some more wood, the correct type this time, and I end up crafting a few sticks and some actual tools. So it's with weed wood that you need to craft these wooden tools here. You can't use regular Minecraft wooden tools. They don't work. So I end up making a full array of these weed wood tools, gain the rewards from it, and I put down this pot of chance, which I guess you get from completing this quest, and, well, it gave me a termite. I don't particularly love termites, especially because it was so hard to hit. I mean, like, trying to click on this little tiny thing was probably harder than the dragon. Not as dangerous, though, but, you know, we got a music disc, whatever. Start digging down, see if we can't find anything underground, and before too long we find some sulfur. And you can't make normal torches here, but you can make sulfur torches. And they work just the same. So now we finally got a little bit of light down here. Things are looking up, and I find some slimy bone ore. And that sounds gross, but it's actually really useful. So I end up mining as much of this ore as I possibly can. End up making some slimy bone pickaxes here, called a bone pickaxe. It's much quicker than the weed wood, so pretty cool. And honestly, day 39's turning out kind of nice. Now, I have no way to really check the time, but using F3, I kind of figured out that it was almost day 40, so day 39 ends with me making a nice little entrance for underground area, and now it's on to day 40. So I just keep digging, and I encounter this infestation, and I don't know what it is, but it's really uncomfortable. Like, there's bugs crawling on my screen, and, like, I don't, like, hate bugs or anything, but, like, what is going on? Like, I plugged that up with, like, a double-wide array of blocks, and, well, it doesn't stop the infection that's already set in, and unfortunately, guys, day 40 ends with me, well, dying in the corner. So that's the end of day 40. I end up going back down here and, you know, of course, grabbing my stuff. I spawn back at the portal, so I don't actually spawn, like, really far away or anything. And I grab my stuff, and I decided I think it's time to head out of there. That place is creepy, and I didn't really find anything. I explored above it. I didn't find anything worth showing, so I loop back up. I head back to the surface. I shoot it out of frustration, and then I run away. That's what we're doing with our problems. We're shooting them with lightning sticks and then running away. So that's pretty much what we do on day 41. We find another one of these just weird portal things, and honestly, I wasn't sure what to think. I mean, you find these, and it's just creepy. I mean, what am I supposed to do in here? I guess this place is full of dimensional doors or something like that, but honestly, this place was kind of creepy. I didn't really like it. I found this giant castle interior thingy with no roof and a weird eye on the wall, and this place was just giving off bad vibes, guys. It really was giving off bad vibes. So we've visited every dimension now. We've done pretty much everything except the final goal. I want to defeat the Ender Dragon. We're not going to do it right now. We're going to get to it soon. So I find some diamonds, and I decide, no, I'm not going to push my luck here. I've read some bad things about dimensional doors, so I figure it's time for us to run away from our problems once again and head back home. Maybe go in here, though, real quick, just to see. Oh, yeah, we're going to head home. That didn't look too good. And that's the end of day 41. Day 42, I spot something in the distance that looks interesting, and I head over to it, and I get inside of it, and, well, it's a little disappointing, honestly. I figured there'd be some crazy loot in here, because this place looks really cool, but there was just a lone zombie with a shield, and that was pretty much it. I head to the top, and, well, there's not a whole lot at the top. Surprisingly, I actually find some cows at the top, which I'm not so sure how that works, but what's up, guys? Hey, how you doing? And I decided to head underground. We're going to get some more obsidian because I really need to go back to the nether to get some blaze rods. You guys know what those are for, and that's the end of day 42. I sleep, wake up. Of course, it's day 43, and I get hit by a cinder flower, and I go to the nether. I find some blazes. This one explodes when you hit it, which is interesting, and I spend most of day 43 just collecting blaze rods. You guys know the drill. I didn't end up finding a blaze spawner until the very end, and it took absolutely forever, but I got as many blaze rods as I needed, and over the course of these 43 long days, I had collected quite a bit of ender pearls, surprisingly. So I had enough, and I headed off in the direction of the ender portal. It was time to do it, guys. We're going to defeat the ender dragon, but I found this portal, and I didn't know what it was, and then boom. These guys just come out of it, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? And honestly, how do you solve your problems when you're me? You use a lightning stick. And then you kill a 4th dragon. Oh, dude. I don't even have to get near it. Like, I'm not even near it, and it's already dead. I mean, this lightning rod is just, it's given me too much confidence. And I spent the rest of the day traveling towards the end portal, and that's the end of day 43. I wake up with a spring in my step, day 44, and I head immediately into a weird netherrack version of the thing I found earlier. I guess nether version. I find a giant pyramid. I decide why not. We're on our way to fight the end dragon. Might as well explore a few more things before we do our final task. And, well, to be honest with you, I got lost. And I got frustrated. And I broke the whole thing. And then I started getting even more frustrated. And I just started griefing it at this point. I feel like I was, on a Minecraft server and then another dragon. I know. It's like the 6th dragon. At this point, it's comical. Like, they're honestly way too easy. I had no trouble defeating it, and apparently that was the first dragon I had ever defeated, which I don't think so. I guess the other ones didn't count, but that was the end of day 44. On to day 45, of course, I just keep exploring, and I finally find where I need to dig down to get to the stronghold, and, well, look at this, guys. Look what we find. Travel through a couple of caves here, and then, boom, the stronghold. I'm not sure why, but it didn't have me dig down in the correct spot really at all, but I was ready to get right into this. I'm going to waste no time. We're going to put these ender pearls down, and we're just going to defeat the ender dragon, guys. It's day 45, and we've done all of our goals so far except this one. Let's do this. Things looked a little different. There were some weird eye thingies with red lasers, and other than that, I had my, pretty decent aim. I have an okay aim, so I had no trouble taking these guys out. It's kind of difficult, though, getting shot at from every angle, but I can kind of float, so it made things a little easier. I did cut out every shot I missed, so it's not like I hit every one of these the first try, believe you me. That was not the case, I promise. I had to build up to some of these. I mean, I could not reach the top, and I realized those end crystals could very easily kill me, so I made sure to fly up pretty high before I broke them. Just like that, and boom. And boom. There we go. See, I should have cut that one out. That way you guys think I have perfect aim. I tried to shoot in from the top and then realized I can't. I had to break it, fly a little bit away, and then boom, shoot it. I actually ended up hurting the ender dragon a little bit, so 2 birds, 1 stone in that case. I couldn't remember if there was any more, but I wanted to kill this guy anyways. But I think there was 1 more end crystal left. Yep, just 1 more. So gonna take this guy out. Let's mine it, blow it up. And now, all we got to do really is just shoot the ender dragon a bunch of times. And, well, you guys know how the ender dragon fight goes. Couldn't use my lightning rod when he was on the ground. I really couldn't attack him at all. I kind of forgot how to. And then, well, I kept shooting him and shooting him and shooting him. I got on his back and, well, I hit him and I hit him again and a bunch more times. And then eventually the ender dragon was defeated. 360. I mean 360. Yep. I hit it up. Yep. And there we go, guys. Every time, even watching this, I just get goosebumps. I mean, honestly, it was just an incredible feeling, and I spawned back. I head through the portal, and you guys remember where we spawned. All was well. Honestly, all was well. It was the end of day 45. Quite an eventful day. wake up day 46. I decided, I'm going to head back there. I want to defeat that Naga. So I head here and I do a little bit of exploring. We're in a new part of the Twilight Forest, and I decided to get on top of one of these giant trees instead of burning it this time. And I guess because I was a little bit nicer this time, it decided to treat me well, and, well, I made it up to the very top, as you can see here. And from the top, I actually made a pretty good discovery. You may be able to see it on your screen now, but there we go. Look, we found exactly what we were looking for. I spotted it right here. It was this maze thingy, and that's where the Naga is located. So I head up to the wall of the maze. I find some wild boars, and turns out they drop pork, so nothing special there. And, well, here's the Naga. I feel kind of cheap, the way I defeat these bosses, but honestly, I was just overpowered. I'd played 50 days almost, and I had a bunch of good loot. Put it on triple shot, and it only took a couple of hits until the Naga was dead. It really wasn't a hard boss, but for some reason when I killed it, it didn't drop what it was supposed to drop. In fact, it didn't drop anything, and I know that's 100% drop rate, so I feel like I burned it with my lightning rod. So I headed back frustrated that I couldn't go and explore the wizard tower, but that's okay, because I found a dimensional door, and those are always exciting, right? I think so. So I had in this dimensional door, and, well, it's day 47 now, so I'm getting cocky, We're near the end of day 50, and I feel like I can make it, and, well, that happens. I end up falling into a weird void. I lost everything, guys. Literally everything. I spawned in this new dimension. I don't know what the heck's going on. It just looks like just solid black material. There was nothing here. It was lifeless, dark. It smelled like burnt chicken. It was just disgusting. I had to get out of here. I tried to go to the lowest point until I found some ugly slimes, and they were looking at me and they were smiling, and, well, the rest is history. I couldn't escape them. It just spawned me back at the top again, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll just try to go back down there. It's day 47. I can get my stuff back, and, well, I end up falling to the bottom, and, well, I died. I didn't have anything, and now I had 2 keys telling me I died twice and unsuccessfully gotten my stuff back. So I figure, maybe I can start back. We're near that day 50 point, but we can get our stuff back, guys. I have confidence. I'm feeling good about it. I'm actually a ghost right now. If you didn't notice, nothing's hitting me because I'm literally a ghost. When you spawn in, stuff doesn't aggro you until you start to hit it. And, well, I hit this Enderman to hopefully get an Ender Pearl, but I'm almost dead. And it's kind of hard to pick up an Ender Pearl when you're almost dead. So you see what happens next, but it doesn't go so well. I eventually pick up the Ender Pearl, but, I can't run. I don't have any hunger, so it's just really kind of infuriating trying to run. And we're on day 48. We should be able to triple jump. We should be able to float in the air, but no, it's just me as a pirate just running. I did have a pirate hat still, and everything felt okay. Found some cactus on the ground, and honestly, I just kept dying. No matter what I did, I couldn't survive. I just kept dying, and I finally got back to my portal. I put the Ender Pearl on it, and I went to my grave, and turns out I went to the wrong grave. All my stuff was gone. Still, I was frustrated. I lost it all, and I ended up in a dimensional door again, and then I couldn't get out. There was no way out for me, so I just left the only way I knew I could. Rip. So after I died 4 times, I was frustrated. I got some stone tools back, and things were looking up again. It's day 50 now, okay? It's day 50, so everything's okay. I found some tiny spider, which I thought was interesting, and then a death worm tries to ruin my day, and it's just like, come on, guys. Come on. I've had a hard day. I've died 5 times, and I have to... I couldn't do it anymore, guys. I couldn't do it anymore. I tried to get my stuff back, but I just buried myself in a hole, and that's how this story ends. Shout out to Josh.